Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Drake Maye preseason week 3, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. Hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Drake Maye preseason week 3. Quickouts for days at the bottom. All stick. Nice throw. Again, quickouts. Difficult throw. Living on the edge a little bit. Red zone. Nice job. You can see the velocity from Drake Maye. This is a good decision. To me, this is all stick. Again, condensed formation. You're going to see an adjusted quick out. Stick. Adjusted quick out. That just means if you get tough adjust or rolled up corner or cloud. So if this guy were to come up, you would turn this thing into a fade and work the inside sticks. But this is a nice job from Maye. Again, I like seeing the fastball come out. One on him. Boom. You can see both sides, right? Mirrored concept. Pick a side, free access. Play some buddy ball. Nice job being able to rip this and get a nice completion, especially when you're backed up. Your feet are in the end zone. Get a completion. Get out of there. Feel good about it. Nice strike. Next one here, 3rd and 13. This is a nice job from Drake Maye using his legs. It looks like he's trying to come down here and work this kind of like scissors corner from the number 1. It's not there. They show closed, get to open. Drake Maye does a great job accelerating, going to get a first down. Again, can't sleep on the guy's ability to use his legs, be an athlete. They're going to pop out of there, double mug. 5-step. It sure looks like he's looking to the right. That's a turn down, not a pump. So he goes to throw it, not there. Feels that lane, take off, go get it yourself. Nice strength there at the end of that thing to make sure you get the first down. Now again, we're not in their quarterback room. People talk about this concept I'm going to talk about up top a little different everywhere you go. So for me here, this little circus corner 7, whatever, paired with this, not a bad middle field open cloud thing. It's 3rd and 13. Maybe you can get this throw for a first down. You fit it in there. I also like up top, I would consider whether this is a middle field read, a post, or a clear. Anytime you get the middle of the field open, I love this type of route. Now, if this is true like dagger or mini dagger or whatever, hammer, sometimes this is a true clear and they don't allow you to throw that. That's not my favorite kind of offense. If we were to see the presentation of what's looking like closed, go to open, I always love attacking the middle of the field. I like it even more when you can recognize the bones of the coverage and realize the guy who's running to the middle is standing with his feet on the line of scrimmage. Okay, I just personally love that because it's really hard if the guy's back here to get to the post to take that thing away. So if he's going to start running from the line of scrimmage, then I feel like we got an opportunity to work that middle of the field. At the end of the day, he's making the decisions. He's not even looking up top, so it doesn't matter. Down here to the bottom, doesn't like that corner. I don't like that corner either. Could you throw the check down? Maybe. Either check down? Probably. Now, I will say, this is just, how am I going to phrase this gently? I will say, I personally think that Drake Maye has a trait or characteristic in the pocket that he moves to trouble. So he has a hard time kind of keeping what I would consider the integrity of the pocket with his base. Everything is kind of like, hitch, and now we're in trouble. Hitch, now we're at the line of scrimmage. Now we're in the back of an offensive lineman. So it works right here. It's just worth paying attention to. Kind of unnecessary pocket movement can get us in a lot of trouble. Right here, he shows great acceleration, nice strength at the end, go get a first down, running it right up the hashes on 3rd and 13, pretty sweet. But again, you can see that middle linebacker type in the A gap. He's got to run with the wide receiver. And again, we'll just watch the hitches, watch the pocket movement. Up, hit, click, 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 click. Now it works right here because there's a huge alley, but it's worth paying attention to moving to trouble. Next one here, beautiful play action. We're going to hit the deep cross of the number 2. Really, the number 1 is open as well. little like deep flag or pylon over there. It's a beautiful throw. Again, we're moving in the pocket. We probably have to move here. So as we're climbing, kind of flicking to our left, it's a beautiful job. This is a strike. This is Drake Maye at his best for me. You know, with as far as in the pocket, driving the ball down the field. Now again, you know, coverage wise here, we've got some issues. So here's that deep back pylon flag. Here's where the ball ends up going on this kind of what I'll call a deep cross. It's certainly open. You know, the guy underneath is even more open. He's essentially uncovered. But, you know, besides the vision thing and who you're deciding to throw to, it's still a beautiful throw. I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that we're blowing coverage assignments in the commander's back end here. Right? I mean, someone's got to cover the shallow cross or 3. Regardless, beautiful throw, climbing the pocket, flipping it, that thing to your left. You can see the torque, the strength that Drake Maye plays with. Again, certainly athletic. You know, could you, I guess my thing is, could you just reset up and reset your feet? Do you need to keep moving forward? I'm probably being overcritical, if I'm being honest. This is a beautiful throw. Up, up, up. Moving to your right, flick it to your left, dot of a throw. It's beautiful. It really is. It's him at his best. Next one here, 2nd and long, 2nd and 13. So this is an example for me of Drake Maye moving to trouble. So I'm not going to say that I know where they should be going with the ball in their scheme. I can tell you that the coverage looks funky to me. The routes look a little bizarre to me. But what we're talking about, specifically the quarterback movement, I'm not familiar with what he's trying to do. So if this is, I'll call some version of shock, inside fade, locked hitch. Now, normally I would say this is a stick. This is where I'm not going to pretend to tell you what it's supposed to be. This looks like he's running like a looper return here. It's not against the rules. You just don't see it comboed up like that very often. And then up top, I think they run like an in and a choice out the backfield. So this, first of all, so if this is the play, you know, I would probably say man zone, you know, maybe closed open, a bunch of different ways you could potentially read it. It looks like he's trying to throw it here and then for whatever reason doesn't. Now it plays out like 0. So if it plays out like 0, you know, inside fade versus outside leverage, probably not the best look in the world, but it's going to be one-on-one down the field. Let's take it. This right here, this little thing, okay, if you can have enough time to throw it, great. Now, when I say it plays out like 0, it plays out like 0 because this guy looks like he thinks he has the back, but then a linebacker covers the back. And then he's like, damn, now I got to get to the middle of the field. So there's some issues here all over the place. Specifically for us, though, I just want you to watch the pocket movement. So how we get up here and making this throw this difficult, I don't know. Like that's the part that is concerning to me in this film. It's just, we're making this way harder than it has to be. Where's he going? Click. What? Now again, maybe number 3 screws him, or he thinks that, I don't know. I don't understand what we're doing footwork wise here. This just doesn't compute. Now we're getting hit. And again, you know, you be the judge here if you're playing this thing out. Inside fade stick, you know, your inside fade loop. I mean, I'm throwing the inside fade. Now again, maybe I don't know. But even if I was confused, even if I didn't know what the routes are, this pocket movement wouldn't be it. See how he's, I guess he's trying to climb when he feels the right guard lose. I guess that's what he's doing. I would just throw the ball. Maybe he is trying to climb with the right guard. I mean, he's still getting hit, right? I don't know. We'll continue to see as the video goes on here, but the pocket movement to get hit doesn't make sense to me. Next one here, 2nd and long again. This time we're going to rip a hot up top to the hitch. Now, it's not a huge gain, not that impressive of a throw. What I like about it, though, is we're hot to the right, and we get the ball out and we don't get hit. So does he know he's hot? We're going to pretend that he does. I'll say yes. We got a free runner down here to the bottom. If you were to play it hot down here to the bottom, there's really nowhere to go with the ball. maybe you go to the number 345 running whatever the hell that is over the ball. But I like the decisiveness. I like, I don't love throwing away from the hot, but this is a nice job of having a free runner, having a pass pro issue, and having an answer and being decisive. Catch, ball out. Don't take a hit. Nice. Next one here, 3rd and 8. Again, we're going to hit a crosser. I think we hit number 3 down here to the bottom on the crosser, literally number 3. It's a nice job vision-wise, seeing this thing sort itself out. Again, I think the Commanders are confused on the back end. You can see the safeties. Just look at the safeties. Look at each other like, you take them, I got him, what? Who? Running across, nobody's there. Again, I'm going to be critical of the pocket movement. Again, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that it's not easy to stand in the pocket and deliver the ball on 3rd down. I personally think he doesn't probably have to move here or drift like this. Again, I'm not going to make too much of the coverage structure here because these guys look confused to me, but we've got a big post over the top. That scores a touchdown if we see it. And then we've got what I'm going to call where the ball goes here on this little crosser. And I think they run it with like an in and this. Okay, so lots of runaways. I love it. I'm not sure what exactly would take him here, but he's able to see it. He's certainly looking for it. Again, play this thing out. There's no safety in the middle of the field. So you got a post. Let's take a post. Easy for me to say with a clicker. I will say it's a nice big completion on 3rd down. If you want to be overly critical about it like I'm being, you got to acknowledge the fact it's a nice big completion. Again, the way he moves in the pocket to me is probably not the most efficient movement, whether it's with the footwork or how he feels the pocket. Again, to me, there's nothing that says drift to the left here. If anything, you're up and to the right? So we're drifting, and it works out because the throw is to the left. Great. Next one here, 1st and 10. This is a weird throw to me. We're going to throw to the stack down here to the bottom, number 3 on the shallow. It just looks like we don't quite have a great feel for what's going on around us. There's no reason to kind of throw this like hand grenade like this. Just let it play itself out, right? Like we're making this so difficult. And again, it's not just the pocket movement; it's the feel of it back there. That is a strange miss. I know he's probably saying, "Hey, I'm going to go to throw it," and I see the collision right there with the linebacker. Okay, just reset and put it on him. It doesn't need to turn into a jump overthrow, which really could be a disaster if someone's standing back there. So again, we don't have to know exactly what the read is to say, hey, let's just settle our feet and put it where we want, as opposed to, ready to throw, not there, oh shit, jump throw, over sky mail. And then the other thing I would say, you notice here on this play is, whatever the spacing is down the field, these guys are like, they're so close, it can't be correct. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, this guy is wrong, this is wrong, the depth is off. But like the spacing on these like double ins, to me, I just, you don't see guys running ins like that over the ball that close together. Just weird touch. Again, there, the tendency for Drake Maye that I think I disliked the most in his college film was just weirdo misses. Like unnecessarily difficult throws that should be easy throws. Now this is a little bit strange because the guy collisions the backer right there, but it's pretty open. Let's find a way to make that easier. Next one here, touchdown pass, shock to the bottom. We're going to hit the locked hitch at the bottom. Looks like a running back. Beautiful throw. Great arm strength. Even better ability from 36 to be able to spin out of that thing and find the end zone, get up at the pylon. But this is a nice throw from Drake Maye. Wide side hitch, rip. Again, drifty with the footwork. But it doesn't matter when the ball comes out so quickly. And this really showcases the arm strength. This is a fastball. And this is not terrible coverage to a back. Maybe he hesitates a tick out here if this is a linebacker type guarding him. That little hesitation, and then the ball beats him. And then we got to elevate at the pylon. Just a beautiful job. So there's a lot to like there. And again, the fastball, the arm talent from Drake Maye, his ability to rip it is on display right there because that leads to the yak opportunity and the touchdown. Next one here, a bit of a laugher. We get a flat tire here. Looks like Drake Maye gets stepped on somewhere. You see that tire rolling back there. Now, normally I would probably be all over him for not throwing the ball down the field. But I feel like you get a flat tire, your shoe comes off like this. I think it's his left shoe. Anything, anything there is good. So it looks like he comes up ready to throw it. They're not ready yet. And he's able to get it down to the check down right in his lap. I think it's fine. Like it's more of, hey, getting your foot stepped on sucks. Getting a flat tire, that's a disaster. Like that, you don't want to get stepped on. You got to solve that. It's a bad feeling. Foot's going to slide all over the place. I get it. So I'm not mad necessarily about, them running a switch release. I love this route combination. I personally prefer to do this. Well, it depends, I guess, in the league. If you come up here, if they're going to split the hash and he's going to run like a true hinge outside here, it's beautiful. As long as they have landmarks. I've run this play before in high school and put this inside guy on the hash. But the reason you would put him on the hash at high school is because the hashes are so much wider, right? 17 yards apart. So right here, great. Split the difference, put it on him. You usually read this thing inside out. So 1 here, 2 here, whether it's hinge or comeback, it really doesn't matter. Inside out. I also like booting to it, waggling to it, moving the launch point towards it. But right here, a little play action, flat tire, get a completion. Nice job. Nice job getting vertical. Also, just nice job not panicking, right? Like, don't make a bad play a disaster. This could easily get somebody hurt. This could just be ridiculous. Just get a completion, find a completion, turns into a nice little mini chunk. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me. I really do appreciate you taking the time and subscribing. So thank you. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offense available for you, so hop over there and enroll. You can check out all the courses at the new Quarterback School website, theqbschool.com. Hop over there. There's a really fun interactive feature, Ask Me Anything, a fun way to dive into the library of content available through the channel. And then finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. Let's get back to the video. Next one here, 3rd and 8. This is a tough one because we're taking an L on the left side. I think we probably take a penalty on the left side as well, not being on the line of scrimmage, which really hurts us later. But right here, it's hard to play quarterback if you don't have enough time to let these things develop. So 5, hitch, now you got to move. So, I don't think there's anything that Drake Maye could do more here than what he does. If you're trying to throw the ball past the sticks on 3rd down, there's really nowhere to go with the ball. So first off, left tackle looks like he's lined up in the backfield like a sniffer. And the next part here is I think it's in, almost like double in here. And this, we'll call it like a little loop, okay, or pivot or arrow. Okay. Now, it's not a great coverage structure because they've got this split safety look, and then he's going to rotate down right where you're trying to throw this in. So, maybe one-on-one down here to the bottom. If you love the matchup, let it rip down the field. If not, though, I feel bad for the left guard because normally I'd be all over the left guard about not getting depth in this pass set to be closer to the left tackle. But if the left tackle is going to line up like a sniffer, well, then it's going to be really hard for the guard to get enough depth to be able to pass off any sort of ETTE here. So again, just the pass pro, I think the offensive line, is probably going to be an issue in New England most of the year, depending on, how they sort that thing out, who's out there. But just technique wise, if you're not on the same level, you can see the guard and the tackle are not on the same level. Well, then when he goes to pass off that stun on the TE, the tackle's not there. Theoretically, he should be deep as hell because he's lining up as a fullback. Can't pass it off. Now we're getting a quarterback hit. I actually think it's a nice job from Drake Maye finding a completion. I talk a lot on this channel about punting after a 3rd down completion is okay in most NFL quarterback rooms. So 5, not there, completion. Great. Get it out quickly. Good, decisive decision. Punt. Live to fight another day. Next one here, 2nd and long. We're going to throw what I'm going to call a hinge down here to the bottom. Now, there's another penalty. I didn't go back and watch the broadcast and figure out all these penalties. There are just too many penalties. But I will say this is a really nice job from Drake Maye playing with anticipation. Now, again, the pocket movement, y'all, for me, okay, and again, it's my channel, so you got to deal with it. It's weird It's just unnecessarily difficult. Why are we hitching up this much? So there's the back of the drop. We're going to throw this thing with anticipation down here to the bottom. He's throwing it. The ball's already thrown. Look at the route at the bottom. This is nice anticipation. He's going to come out of this thing right here, whether you hinge or right down your stem, whatever. But why are we not in the middle of the pocket? Why have we hitched into getting hit? It's you can certainly see it from the end zone. I think here more than anything else, just want you to appreciate the anticipation. So he's throwing it right there. Look at the receiver at the 30. He's not ready coming out of that break yet. So the anticipation is outstanding. It's there. The ball's low. The ball's probably low because he gets fucking hit. Why is he hitching forward to get hit? See him hitch right into the trouble? Just hitch up and stay right there in the center of the pocket, dude. I mean, look at the clicks. Look at the heel clicks. Not lined up. Click, click. I mean, that looks like he thinks he's playing 7-on-7. I mean, we got to hang in the center of the pocket. Oh, that's a shame. Then we can't get through the throw, right? So as he throws it, he gets hit, can't follow through, can't get through the throw. So we're getting hit and the ball short. And there's a penalty. Next one here, 3rd and 11. This is kind of the Maye miss that I'm used to in college, where you just kind of look at the film and you're like, I'm unfamiliar with that throw. But you just don't see guys drafted this high have misses like this on a slant. I mean, that's barely in the screen. And again, I don't want it to come across like, hey, you're being pickier than normal. Or you don't like this guy. Bro, that's a fucking weird miss, man. That's a weird miss in JV football. I mean, look at it. That's not a far throw. That's a slant versus free access. That's a slant on air. That is a fucking weird throw. And that was the thing that made me the most nervous about it coming out. And to see that it's still kind of like in there. And again, I just feel like he's got a lot of moving parts when he throws. He's like jumping into this thing. And again, you don't see slants run where the wide receivers can't even come close to touching the ball very often. Right? Like, I mean, and this isn't like me being a jerk. Well, maybe it is a little bit. Like, you and I could go out to the park right now. You run the slant, and I'll put it closer than this. And the even worse part is you will go out to the park. I'll run the slant. You throw it. It would probably be closer than this. It's just weird. It's a big, strange miss. Same type of strange miss that we occasionally saw in college. And it's got a lot of moving parts throwing the ball. Next one here, 1st and 10. Now, this one, we try to force the ball to the number 2, literally number 2, running that kind of cross. This certainly could be an interception. I think it goes through the safety's hands. It'd be a nice catch by the safety. Again, I think it's fair to say that, as he kind of hangs in the pocket here, I think he does a better job of like trying to stay in the center of the pocket, but it's almost like the feel is almost like non-existent. So like, yeah, somebody gets pushed back to him, but would anybody be mad if he like moved up in the pocket and to the right, like a violent reset and reset his feet? It's just the feel continues to be an issue for me. Not so much on this one because he hangs in the center at least and lets this thing develop. I don't think he puts it exactly where he wants. And that's certainly a potentially turnover-worthy throw. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, hey, I know what the read is for this. I will tell you that, again, I'm starting to have spacing concerns with this offense because this, to me, looks too close. Like, again, this is the second time we've seen kind of like over the ball issues from you spacing wise. I'm just not familiar with this. So condensed formation, running in the same area. If he didn't throw it to who he threw it to, the number 2 down here to the bottom, where would it go? Right? They're kind of in the same area. Now maybe they're both drift posts. I don't know. It's weird to me though. Like that spacing you just don't see between the hashes very often in the NFL. And then again, I think we just force it a little bit and don't put it exactly where we want. It's not easy to put it where you want here because someone's getting walked back on our lap. But again, hey man, I get it. it's super easy for me with a clicker and a marker days later. But how awesome would it be if he reset his feet right here and then made this throw? As opposed to like just continuing to like make life difficult for himself in the pocket with either the movement or a lack of movement. But that, I mean, right? Like that's through the safety's hands. I mean, there's a reason why he's playing defense, right? Next one here. This is a rough one. This to me is double stick dragon. So we got slant flat up top with double stick down here to the bottom. I would say this is probably not the read you want to make consistently. I know this looks like a drop, and it certainly could be caught. Okay. I don't know anybody who's ever taught this play that we want to throw the dragon into the cloud or into the half field player. Again, it's not against the rules. I'm just saying everywhere I've ever seen it taught, anyone I know that teaches it or runs it, you're going to work the double stick burst middle field open. And so this is the slant or the dragon, slant flat. Here's the double stick, must outside release go, must run out quick out, and here's the stick. So that's the double stick part of it. This is presenting like closed at the snap, right? He runs out to 2. He runs out to middle field open. To me, we should immediately be here 1 to 2 or 1, however you see this thing all together. That to me, it just looks like he's not seeing the rotation at the snap, if I had to guess. Like this is pretty easy read down here to the bottom. And I don't, again, it can be me acknowledging the fact that we're not in the quarterback room. We don't know exactly how they do it. If they're telling him to throw the slant flat into 2 over there or middle field open, I've never heard of that before. And it doesn't look good here, especially when the other side is wide open for the double stick. Next one here, 1st and 5, 75 seconds left to go, first half. One-on-one down here to the bottom. I like the idea. You know, I'd love to see us give him a chance to go up and make that play. I personally, you know, feel like I could say it every single drop back. The footwork is just not for me. There's just way too many moving parts to ever be what I would consider precise down the field. Now, 3x1, we talk about this a lot on this channel. So 3x1 eligibles wise, what is this safety doing? Okay, is this safety hunting up the number 3, poaching, whatever your language is, tricksing that? Well, then we've got a one-on-one right here. And if you like that one-on-one, that's got to eat in the league. And we gotta make that work. Now, footwork wise here for me, the thing that I'm saying is at the top of the drop, the base that he hits with, keep that base. Don't get clicky. Don't bring your feet together. Don't have weird balance. Don't have weird posture. Don't have weird timing. It just is, it makes life so much harder to be consistent. Click. Again, jumping to the left. So as he jumps and moves to the left with his feet, guess where the ball goes? Jumps and moves to the left. So right there, keep that base right there. Watch that back foot. Jump to the left. What the fuck? What? You just I don't see anybody else do it like this. And again, see how much movement he has going to his left. So he's moving to the left. He doesn't have to. Guess where the ball goes? To the left. Next one here, 2nd and 7, still 2-minute drive. We're going to work a stop up top. It's a beautiful job. Maybe this is more hingy, a little bit further down the field. So this is an example to me of him moving in the pocket. Now, you know, maybe it's a little bit too much up, but this is better. Like it's up. You see how he kind of feels it and resets it. He doesn't move to trouble. So he feels that right edge. Up, dip and rip, reset your feet, drive it. I mean, this is, you know, he can do it. I think that's the part, honestly, that makes it more frustrating. So if we could live in this world, this is awesome. Great rhythm, timing, the ball's out on time. He certainly has the arm talent and the velocity to make a bunch of throws and have those wow plays. Up, click, you know, the footwork is the footwork. Click, but he resets up and resets his base and drives it. So I love this one. Let's put this in a bottle. This is, if he could live in this world as far as the pocket, the movement, the feel, and stay on time and use the arm talent, it's outstanding. It really is really nice. This is a big time play. Next one here, this is a little drive out. So down here to the bottom, the number 2 or number 1 now is going to run the out. You've got the drive coming to him. This is a West Coast staple. Beautiful job here being able to execute this thing. This is traditionally 3 and a hitch to the left. See if he's lined up. And maybe they don't give a shit about base in New England. But that right there is fine. That movement right there is just so, it is so, I wouldn't even say 10 years ago. I will say like 20 years ago. Nobody really plays the position like that anymore. It just makes life hard on yourself. Right here, it's wide open. He overcomes it. He's on time. He's in rhythm. He can do it. He's certainly got the arm talent to throw this out. He can got the arm talent to throw whatever the hell he wants. I just feel like his footwork could help him become so much more consistent, especially with the bizarro pocket movement feel and some of the bizarro misses. But I mean, right, like I'm not making it up. It's on the film. Click. I mean, that's literally karaoke. He's going behind his lead foot. Whew. Nice chunk. Next one here, 1st and 20. Again, another penalty. This time we're working a hinge up top to the number 1. This time the base looks good, right? It looks, there's no heel click. He gets the ball out on time, tight hitch or reset. Again, it's really nice. Now we're getting spider cammed here. But that ball's up on his face. Beautiful. I'll pause it at the back here from the sideline so we can see the footwork. But watch how his feet don't come together. So back of the drop. Keeps the base. Ball's out. There's never a click. So it's much more efficient. Much more, you have the capacity to be consistent. Put the ball where you want. Control it. Precision in the drop back game. It's just nice. And again, it's not that he can't do it. He's not physically limited. He's just, that's not his wheelhouse yet. Next one here, this is an absolute shame. This is a massive play from Drake Maye. This is what he can do. He can extend, he can create. He's got these wow plays with his arm going to his left, mailbox at the bottom of the screen. See it, don't miss a layup, make that throw, go into your left, torque, unbelievable. And really sickening that the left tackle can't line up on the line of scrimmage. I mean, it's a shame because this is beautiful from Drake Maye. This is kind of like the this is going to come off like a shot. It's not meant to be. But the play that Bo Nix made in the red zone where he's going to his left, goes past the line of scrimmage, and like barely, everyone's like, he's got, what a playmaker. This is that play on steroids, right? This has more arm talent, more vision. It's not a penalty on Drake Maye. It's a beautiful job. This is wow stuff. So must outside release go. Okay, we're coming up, running that corner 7. And we're check flatting. This is just high school Harry Flood. Okay, they're going to get to Tampa. So half field player. Someone's running to the middle. Okay, once he extends, so he goes to extend this play. The safety, for some reason, decides he's going to drive the corner. And we just leave this thing, the clear, down the field. So beautiful job. And again, you want to argue where his head is. I mean, there's the guy's waist. Helmet. Waist. You get warned, you get called for it before probably. It makes me sick that this play is wiped out because of we can't get on the damn line of scrimmage. And you have a chip, bro. And they're chipping the defensive end for you. Just bummer. Go into your left, get downhill, carve that thing, flick it. Really beautiful job, man. Great vision. Great playmaking ability, the capacity to extend, never been more important than in today's game. And this is just a beautiful job. We can talk about all the nuance and the details of the pocket mechanics, but this is what he can do. And this showcases the talent, the vision, the ability to go out there and create, go into your left, ripping that thing. That's an awesome play. Damn shame. So now it's 2nd and 15. And this is a few different things. So this again showcases the pocket feel, pocket movement, moving to issues that is a problem. Make that throw way more difficult than it should be. Furthermore, this showcases some of the spacing issues in the passing game right now. These guys are just too close down the field. And what I mean by that is they're getting hit by guys that aren't even covering them. So it's a dangerous throw. It's a muddy decision. But, the first thing here is just the pocket movement. So we hit the back foot. We're clicking, we're moving up, we're moving to trouble, we're moving to trouble, we're still moving to trouble. Now we're throwing off platform for no reason. Again, I get it. It's hard in the pocket. Just hang in the middle of the pocket, dog. Reset up, reset your base. Now, whatever this play is, okay, we're running here, we're running here. I think they're too close. Either someone's going too slow or someone's going too fast or someone's at the wrong depth. Because technically, this safety is covering this initial guy, the number 3 across. Then he falls off into a huge collision. So it's certainly muddy here to make this decision. And the spacing is getting us hit. So the decision from the quarterback is getting us hit, and the spacing of the routes is running us into collisions. Right? Like that safety up top is covering the tight end, the number 3. And then he makes a hit on the ball. Jesus. I mean, it's just not good football. So you couple that with the pocket feel, pocket movement, I think it's pretty good pass protection. Now, I'm not saying I know where to go with the ball, but I am saying those guys are too close. We're getting our guy hit because of the spacing. We're moving to issues. I mean, look at our base there. For what? Why does it look like that? It looks like that because we've hitched to the line of scrimmage. So just find the center of the pocket, reset your base, go through the read. Now again, if I had to guess, I would say that this guy is just slowing down. He probably doesn't want to run into a collision, but when he slows down, that allows the guy on his back to now he's all of a sudden riding the back of him, and we've got all sorts of issues over the middle of the field. So just, can't stop if you've got someone running behind you. That's wild, right? Because, I mean, I guarantee you Drake Maye doesn't see the safety 22. He thinks he's going to make a play right there. That is living on the edge. Wow. Last one here, same 2-minute drive, 19 seconds left, 3rd and 15. Just get a completion. Triple slant down here to the bottom, raise up, put it on number 2. Great. I think it's just a good, clean veteran decision at the end of this thing. Don't force it. Don't try to get crazy down the field. Get the ball out of your hands. Catch. Great. Okay. All over the place kind of in this one. So that is a wrap. Drake Maye, preseason in the books. I thought the good stuff showed the things that he can do. He can rip those crossers. He's got some athleticism. He's got some serious arm talent to rip the ball outside the numbers. He's got the ability to be on time and move and be athletic, to extend and create. Saw that great touchdown call back there right at the end. Those things are outstanding. The part that continues to make me nervous, and really maybe even more nervous now dealing with what he's dealing with offensively around him with the pass protection and the perimeter, is just he's got a weird tendency, pattern right now with his pocket movement to make things more difficult than they have to be. And I'm not sure being around a line that isn't a strength is going to help that. So I would be nervous with that. I think you combine that with his footwork and his kind of inconsistent base, which leads to some just weird misses. Some things that we saw in college that we would hope would be polished up don't seem to be kind of consistent yet. Doesn't mean it's impossible. In fact, I would bet a lot that it gets polished up as a pro. But it's one of those things you turn on the film, you still see weird misses. You see some blurry decisions. You see some pocket movement that leads to trouble. Those things don't necessarily translate to early success, in my opinion, in the league. So we'll see. Regardless, you can't argue the arm talent. You can't argue the ability to extend, make splash plays. Still there. So we'll see what it looks like. Could be a rough early go in New England. I'm excited to see exactly what it looks like, who's going to be playing there. Let me know who you think is going to be playing there. I appreciate you hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.